I'm Anita, Clayton. My book is Satisfaction, Women, Sex, and the Quest for Intimacy. And it's really behind the idea that most of us are actually dissatisfied with our sexual lives. And it's a look at how we can examine ourselves and ultimately embrace ourselves in terms of our sexuality and the kinds of things that we can change and do to have a better life in terms of sexuality.
What was your inspiration?
My patients were my inspiration. I'm a psychiatrist, and I saw a lot of women who had problems with desire and arousal related to depression, antidepressant therapy, and things like that, and then started to look at women who had primary problems in these areas, and then started to look at my other patients who don't have real disorders in these areas, but instead were still unhappy or had difficulties in their relationships or had problems with their own self-perception and self-esteem regarding their sexuality. And so it's really my patients who are my inspiration.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Trish, introduce yourself and tell me about your book.
My book is called Lying in Wait. It's about eating disorders in adult women. And I asked the question, what happened to all the girls in the 1980s who had anorexia and bulimia when they grew up? Did they get better? And in fact, they don't. The majority aren't getting better. And so I traced their lives through marriage, pregnancy, parenting, mid and late life. And the oldest woman in the book is 92. So eating disorders don't necessarily go away just because you get older. And I wanted to explore that topic in more detail.
And what was your inspiration?
It was a conversation over coffee with a friend of mine who had an eating disorder as a teenager and relapsed after her first pregnancy.